It's a 1971. I haven't touched it at all. Looked like the guy was waxing the hood. You got the right side just buffed out, and the left side that it's a little faded, but as you can see will buff out just fine. There is a little dent right there and one on the corner of the hood. No big deal. I have another hood for it. Really no rust. You can see the red paint through the undercoating that was put on there, and that's a good sign because that shows that it's not all rusted out. Got the mirrors, the original mirrors, and the door locks work. Same key for the ignition. The seat's in good shape. Back here, that one's a little torn up. The back part looks pretty good. And then this one, it's all in one piece. No headliner. Has 113,000 miles on it. And all the gauges work properly, including the speedometer. Good looking set of keys. Here's all the knobs. The choke isn't working right. I pulled on this and it came out, so I got to fix that. This knob looks like it's for turning the lights on in the front and back. Original lighter. Oops. A little rusty, but clean it up with some steel wool. Glove box. The label's in good shape. And then in the glove box, we have the owner's manual. A little torn up, but it's the original one that came with it. Also, those little gray caps are really hard to find in that good a shape. And I paid $100 for a set before, so they're not cheap. It's got a stereo. It's mounted through the roof, so the antenna is right here, and I'm not sure if it leaks or not, and that can be taken out and filled, or leave it there if you want a stereo. And the wires just kind of run along the door jamb, and then the speakers are just kind of stuck with a magnet right there. So it's a good way to do it. You didn't cut into anything, at least. And then these are some jerry can holders, so you can get those red gas cans on each side. Looks kind of cool. Original factory wheels. Even the emblems, they're in halfway decent shape. If you want it to look perfect, you can get them, either paint them or buy brand new ones. Is always the best thing. As you can see, no rust down here. Got some cool looking fog lights on it. And the front bumper is pretty patinaed out, a little bent up, but it does have the front license plate mount, which is difficult to come by. And let's see, as we go around, the fenders look nice and square. You can always tell when you look at them if one side sags how much it's been beat on, and they're level with the bottom of the grill, which is where they're supposed to be. Roof's in great shape. No problems there. That's easy. It's totally complete. There is an extra gas tank. It was told was dealer installed, which is kind of cool because these are kind of small gas tanks. And I'll move the little lever. As you can see, the bed seal is in great shape. There's no rust down it at all. A little surface rust right here, but that's nothing. That's on a thick piece of metal too. And then even if you look up in here, I don't know if you can see that, but it is no major rust at all. It's just some surface rust, nothing through. This handle doesn't open from the outside. They break a lot, and that's probably what's wrong with that. Those you can still get them. So you got to come through here. Got my gas for my dirt bike. let's go ahead and open it, and then it'll come back out. It's got both of these shocks, and then you tighten them down so they don't fall on your head. Open this up, and these feel good and tight. The hinges don't feel worn out at all, and that's a good sign, because a lot of times they'll be loose. And then it's got this little thingamajigger to open up this one. Pull my gas out, and then we'll look underneath this mat, and there's some surface rust on there, just where the mat got wet and it just sat here. But all this is repairable. We don't have to cut anything out here. Oh, see a bump in your head? Here's the rear heater, and it works. Those are pretty easy to restore too. Back of the seats. They have the little piping right here, and that's original. That whole seat's original. But it'd be pretty easy to take those back panels off and then paint it. The tires are all good. All four of them match. The spare doesn't match. And this is really amazing, is the hood spear is in near perfect condition. Usually they're pretty pitted out. And it's got the these little guys that spray on the windshield sprayer nozzles. Now I noticed on this hood too, the hood prop is missing along with the bracket that you mount it to. But here's the motor, original firewalls, all red, that's what you want. Those grommets look like they're in great shape. The four-wheel drive vacuum pump here looks like it needs to be replaced, this piece, but the pump itself is probably good. Just clean it up. Radiator doesn't leak. It does have brand new hoses on it, new belt, and then the air cleaner was all sandblasted and repainted. And it does have power brakes, which is a great option. And the clutch master cylinder's new, brake master cylinder's new. It just was serviced. That's the washer bottle for the nozzles, so all that works. Really everything works on it. It's amazing. Here's the four-wheel drive linkage. Looks good. Somebody painted the bottom of the hood at one point. Not sure why, but hey, to each his own. And I'll go ahead and close this bad dog down. Close up the back here. Oh, there we go. Now what we're going to do, put the seat back. And now that we're in it, you can kind of see it. There's a 3 on the tree. So it's going to be difficult for me to drive and hold it and drive a 3 on a tree. So what I'm going to do is stick my phone up here. Whoop. I can. And fire it up. really does run great. It drives great too. Brakes feel good. Steering, even though it's manual steering, it's got the newer design, so it feels a lot easier than the older ones did. Turn around here. Runs good. Real excited to have this one. This is a nice one. Alrighty. Until next time.